Good morning everyone. So today we are discussing the Ohm's law practical, which is very important practical for class 12 purpose. In each and every board the practical is in the syllabus. So before discussing the practical in the practical lab, we will just discuss what is Ohm's law very briefly, then we will discuss that later part in the practical lab. So just concentrate about what is Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that if all the physical conditions and the temperature is constant, then the voltage difference across the resistor is proportional to the current flowing through it. Okay? So that is the Ohm's law, and if voltage is taken as V and current is taken as I, then V equal to IR. That is very known formula, and all we know about this V equal to IR. So what is the circuit diagram? We have to take 2-3 extra things to measure current and voltage. We know to measure current, ammeter is needed, and to measure voltage, voltmeter is needed. Ammeter is needed in the series and voltmeter is needed in the connected in the parallel. And for current supply, for the changing the value of the current in the circuit, we have to use a rheostat. Okay? And here you can see the circuit diagram. This is the battery, the positive end of the battery. The current is flowing from here, and throughout the circuit, the current is flowing throughout the circuit, throughout the resistor, the ammeter, and the rheostat. This is the symbol of rheostat. Okay, this is the symbol of rheostat, and this is the key. Why we are using key? Because when we disconnected the keys, the current will not flow. The circuit is cut off here. The current will be not flow. But if we connected the key, the current will flow throughout the circuit. And according to the current, we can get what is the value of the current through ammeter here, and what is the voltage difference across this resistor. Here this is the resistor R. Here we have to need the current across the voltage across the resistor. The V is the voltage across the resistor, which can be measured by the voltmeter V. So this is our circuit. We will discuss the circuit once again whenever we are doing the practical in the practical lab. So, and when we plot graphically the voltage versus current, and the graph will be just a straight line graph. Okay? And from the ratio in the graph, we can take the ratio of V by I. Then we can easily calculate what is the value of R. This is the whole theory of the practical. Now, let's see how we do the practical in the practical lab. Okay, now this is your circuit diagram. This is your total setup. Here you can see I am first introduce the instrumental things. That is firstly, that is ammeter. Where there is written A, you can easily see that is ammeter, and the reading of the ammeter here is, you can obviously see that the reading of the ammeter is 0 to 1.5, okay, ampere, 0 to 1.5 ampere. The reading of the ammeter, the range of the ammeter is 0 to 1.5 ampere. Here another thing, that is voltmeter. You can say voltmeter to measure the voltage across the resistance, and here the range of the voltage is, you can easily see the range of the voltage is 0 to 3 volt. Okay, 0 to 3 volt, you can easily see here. So what is ammeter is important thing that is needed for this experiment, and voltmeter is also needed due to record the voltage and current, that is ammeter and voltmeter. Next, that is our voltage source. I am not connecting yet. I am just seeing you that is the voltage source, and from here we can get the voltage. From here we can get the current, and this is rheostat. This is rheostat. You can see here rheostat, one connection is here. That is one connection. So current is coming from here. Okay, current is coming from here, and this is totally short circuited, so no current is coming to that circuit. Though no current is coming in that turns, current is suddenly go to here, that is short circuit path. So here another connection is there, that is metallic plate, that is one metallic plate. So here another connection is there. Okay. So total path of the current will be from here to here. You can see here the total path of the current. You can see the current will be entering from here, and after this number of turns, that is the resistance current faced, and from here it will go to short circuited path and go to here. This will be short circuited path. Okay. So this is your setup. One is rheostat is needed, voltage source is eliminator is needed, or battery source is needed. One is voltmeter is needed, ammeter is needed, and the resistance. The resistance is needed here. Resistance we have taken 100 meter resistance. Okay, 100 centimeter resistance or 1 meter resistance. 1 meter or 100 centimeter resistance, that is fitted here. The total this wire is your resistance wire, that is fitted here up to 100 centimeter or 1 meter. You can see here 99. So whether you are measuring voltage across this end to this end, whether you are measuring voltage across this end, that is one end to one end, so you can get the voltage across the total, the voltage across the total this connecting wire. Okay. Now we are getting the circuit diagram. Circuit diagram is, there is a voltage, that is battery source. Okay, this is battery source. Current is coming from positive end. From here the current is coming and it will enter to ammeter. From ammeter we can see what is the current is flowing throughout the circuit. So ammeter is needed. From ammeter current will go through the resistance, and after that it will be going through the rheostat. Why we using rheostat? Rheostat we using because of to modify or to control the current. Okay, rheostat is we are using to control the current. If the number of turns of the rheostat is greater, then the current flowing will be lower. Because why? Because the total resistance will be greater. Here we are using one resistance, that is 100 centimeter wire. Here the resistance is, you can see the resistance is here, that is 100 centimeter wire. Okay, and that is rheostat. Okay. So if you increase the number of turns of rheostat, the resistance will be increased and the current will be decreased. So that is your circuit diagram. I am showing you the circuit manually here. So there is voltage source. Okay, and the source is 0 to 6 volt. Okay, or you can here two things is there, one is quartz and one is fine adjustment, that is not needed for you. Number here there is positive end and one is negative end. This is red color is positive and one is negative. So current will be coming from positive end. So we connect that wire from the positive end to, that is the positive end of ammeter. So here you can see current is coming from battery to positive end of ammeter. So here also current is sending from this end to the positive end of ammeter. The negative end of ammeter is going to the one end of the resistance. That's why the negative end of the ammeter is going to one end of the resistance. That way. You can see that way. Okay, that means that part. Then the resistance wire and the opposite part of the resistance wire is connected to rheostat. That is opposite end of the resistance part is connected to rheostat. And another part, here you can see, another part of rheostat is connected to negative end of battery. Another part of rheostat is connected to negative end of battery. Another part of rheostat is connected to negative end of battery. You can see. So our circuit is completed, but we are still not now telling about the voltmeter. Okay, voltmeter is to measure the voltage across the resistance. Here we are using voltmeter. Voltmeter we have to use always connected in the parallel of the resistance. So that is voltmeter. So where we have to connect voltmeter across the two ends of the resistance. The positive end of the voltmeter, that is the positive end, red color is the positive end of the voltmeter, is connected to the positive end of the resistance, and negative end of the voltmeter is connected to the negative end. Okay, the negative end of the voltmeter is connected to the negative point. Okay, so now I am just on the battery here. The light is on here. Okay, the light is on here. I am just on the battery, and the voltage is fixed here. You can see the voltage is fixed here at 2 volt. You can see the voltage is fixed here at 2 volt. You can see corresponding current there in ammeter. So whenever we are supplying some voltage, so current will be flowing throughout the circuit, and the current is, you can see the current is, it's nearly about 0.1 ampere. Current is, you can see easily, the current is nearly about 0.1 ampere. You can see the current is nearly about 0.1 ampere. Okay, 0.1 ampere, and the corresponding voltage is, you can see it is very closer to the 0.4 volt. Okay, you can say it is very closer to the 0.4 volt. So current is 0.1 ampere and voltage is 0.4 volt. So whether you can take the reading like that, suppose you are making some table like that is your table. Okay, I am just doing this to helping you like that. You are making a table. Okay, you can make 5 to 6 different types of observation or different types of voltage supply. Okay, you can take the first thing is number of observation. You can write number of observation. Okay, then current in ampere. Next you can write voltage in volt. Okay, so we can get current equal to the first thing, number of observation, our first, the current is 0.1 ampere and the voltage is 0.4. Current is 0.1 ampere, voltage is 0.4. Okay, is it clear to everyone? Current is 1 ampere and voltage is 0.4 volt. Now this is for 2 volt supply. If we are increasing the supply to the 2.5 volt, I am increasing the supply to the 2.5 volt, or we are increasing the supply for 3 volt. Here I am not increasing 2.5, I just increase the supply to 3 volt here. You can easily see to 3 volt. You can easily see here the voltage is increasing and also the current is increasing. The voltage is increasing, also the current is increasing. Now if I increase the further more, suppose 4 volt. Now you can see the voltage is increasing, that is, you can see here, that is 0.7 volt. The current is also increasing, you can see here, that is 0.2 ampere. Okay, so if you are taking the reading, number of observation 2, the voltage is here, you can take, it is greater than 0.6, we can write it is 0.6. I am doing the approximate thing because I am not doing the exact things, because this is only for demonstration. I am just taking the reading approximately. Okay, and the current is, suppose here you can see, that is 1.19. Okay, 19, not 19.18 you can take. Okay, now if you increase furthermore, suppose that is 5 volt, the voltage is further increasing and it is increasing to above 0.8 volt, and current is also increasing, it is nearly to 0.25. So you can write voltages, 0.8, current is, you can take current is 0.25. Okay, so voltage is 0.8, current is 0.25. So you are taking that number of observation 3, 4, 5, 6, and then from this observation you can get a graph, a V versus I graph. Okay, and whenever you are taking the slope, that graph will be like that. Whenever you are taking the slope, there will be delta V, that is delta I. So your resistance will be R equal to delta V by delta I. That is your resistance. So from the slope you can calculate the resistance. So this is your total entire process of Ohm's law. So what you have to do, you have to do the circuit first. Then what you have to do, you have to take the reading of voltage corresponding current. Okay, voltage corresponding current. You can see I am increasing the voltage furthermore. Then you can also see the current will be also increasing and voltage will be also increasing. I am decreasing, both are decreasing. This value for a particular voltage source you have to take, and you have to draw a graph between I versus V, that is current versus current graph. That is your only thing. Then whenever you are asking what is here the total resistance you are getting for 100 centimeter wire, if they are asking what is the resistance per unit length, then you have to divide it by 100 and you have to take the value for 1 centimeter resistance wire. And here you can also see, that is, you can see here that is the voltage is 0.5 and current is more than 1.5, above 1.5. I am doing nothing, I am just decreasing the number of turns here. Here that is the effective length of the resistance. I am decreasing the length here. So you suddenly see the voltage is increasing, current is also increasing. The voltage is now nearly about 1 volt and the current is greater than 2.25. So rheostat is very useful things, and one thing I am suggesting you, I am not using key here. If it is needed for you to use key because of safety, whenever you adjust key or whenever you connect key, the current will be start at that time, and for safety purpose you can use a key here. Okay, so if you have any queries related to that experiment and if you want to see more experiments like that, then you can tell me in comment also. Okay.